Hey, folks. Um, Welcome to the live stream. We have a bit of a special treat today that I talked a little bit about, which is that this is a two-player game. So we're going to see some multiplayer aspects of Dragons Down in this particular game that we play tonight. Um, with me is Kirk Fogg, who has been instrumental in getting this mod up and running. For anyone who's used the map building feature, he was one of he is the guy I think who ultimately came up with that algorithm. We have a random map here in front of us, and we are each playing a character, a hero that you from the natives expansion. So let's go take a look at what we're doing, and I'll give Kirk a chance to do a better explanation or a better introduction in just a moment. So I'm going to play a human explorer. Now, the explorer is really interesting. My special ability is that I can discard an exploration token and select a new one once per turn if I wish. And then the side of the explorer that I'm choosing includes a short sword and a magic cube. And the reason I'm doing that is on the opposite side, I could have gone with a spear. And this is a little bit of nuance for folks who haven't played the game a lot, but the spear requires 2 might cubes every time. You can kill bigger monsters, but it also comes with it the fact that you're just slower because you need to play 2 might cubes every single round of combat. So I chose to go with the short sword side, and then as my spell, I chose strength. And the reason I chose strength is if I ever need to add that extra oomph and in essence do the same amount of damage that a spear would do, I can. So that's what I've done. Kirk, why don't you introduce yourself and we'll hop over to your character. You can explain what you're going to do this game.
Sure. Hi, I'm Kirk Fogg on the Discord. As Scott mentioned, am responsible for the random map generator, so that's pretty cool. I'm glad people are having fun with that. I always choose my characters randomly in this game, so my randomizer for this game selected a half-elf wizard. I've never gotten this particular combination before, but it seems like it's going to be a pretty fun time. I'm going to get 3 magic cubes, which is pretty awesome. And I'm going to start with 3 spells, which is great. The downside is I am pretty slow, I am squishy, and I do not hit hard. I have 3 speed cubes and a single might cube. So if it comes to blows, I better be getting the heck out of dodge. For my spells, I selected teleport, move earth, and affliction. I selected affliction because I need some way to snipe off some little jerks that I might come across, and move earth and teleport because I want to highlight some of the ways that you can mess with the creator of their own game.
Yeah, Kirk is real quick for everybody's benefit. Kirk has seen me die twice in the game using the open gate spell ineffectively. He's also killed me twice in player versus player games. Um, I'd like to mention optional rules we're playing with in this game. And I love the fact that he's chosen a squishy character because we are playing with player versus player. So, as you know, you can play Dragons Down cooperatively, you can play it competitively, and you can even play it optionally, player versus player. We're playing that way, which means that all of our agreements, and if we decide to work together, we're going to be having an eye looking out for the other person because there's no guarantees that we actually are trustworthy. Well, that means that we have, what that means is the character, the first round of combat, the length is the determinant of damage, or sorry, of attack order. And then we're also playing with roaming monsters, and so that means that wandering monsters that are put into the game will go to a random clearing rather than where the hero goes. And then the final thing we're doing, and this is something that uh, I like as an advanced rule, is as you know, these setup cards have are double sided. And on the second side of each of these, and you get there by pushing either the 1 on the first side or the 2 on the second side, are more complex treasure locations. And so in this case, you can lose take a wound if you open this particular treasure, or you can't open the monolith without a magic key or sorry, a magic cube, or you need to have the skeleton key. We'll cover these as we get there. And then the final thing is we are playing this as a with all the legendary content that has been revealed so far. So you guys get to see if we loot some legendary locations, they're in the game. Okay, cool. Um, are we ready? Kirk, are you ready to get started?
I'm ready.
All right. New turn. The explorer is first. Let me go to my hero board. I scoped out the map a little bit, and I've decided to go straight into the barriers. So I'm going to enter off of this. Oh, and by the way, we're playing open realm, in case you didn't notice, which means the map is pre-built and you can see where everything is. So I am going to move on to this particular location that costs me 2 of my 4 actions, and I grab a token, and it's a treasure site. Now, my advantage as the explorer is that I could discard this and draw another one. I don't want to do that. I just drew a site. Okay, so the trove is in 2. I'm probably going to be spending a little bit of time in this tile, is what I would think. For my third action, I will move to these woods, and let's see, giants, juvenile dragons, and the great worm. So the only ones that are definitely going to come to me would be giants if I get them. I am going to play it safe, turn 1 of the game. I think if I die on the first turn, that would be a new record for one of these live streams. So I will take a sneak action. Okay, that's my turn. Kirk.
All right. I've given a little bit of thought as well. I'm going to start down here in the village. So I'm going to walk around to the map. Since this is a civilization tile, we'll reveal what vendors are here by hitting the handy dandy little 2 button there. And we have the nothing and the artificer. Artificer's great. I was hoping to go shopping, so my second action is going to be a trade action with the artificer. So
Nice.
Let's see what we've got here. I'm immediately revealing there is a red backpack treasure in here. We have the Disenchanter. So the Disenchanter, if anybody's seen some of Scott's session reports, I used that to great effect against him a few days ago. So that's fun.
Right.
But it will remove the enchantment from any tile that it's in and prevent that tile from being enchanted, which is great.
So at the when he puts this pile back, now he's looking through it. Obviously, if we were playing in a real life game, you'd have those cards in your hand and be looking through them. And that red card will be face up on top of the artificer when he's done here, impacting this particular tile where he's located right now.
Yep. All right. So I'm going to attempt to haggle for this item right here.
And this is an advantage he does with Tabletop Simulator, right? He just duplicates the card and puts it in the tile. So cool. Good idea.
The artificer respects wisdom. I have a wisdom of 3, so let's see how I do. That is a failed haggle. So this trade action is over, but I can still do another trade action to trade with them again later. However, I think I'm going to just take off for now. It wasn't a super high impact purchase. So action 3, we're going to move to the grassy plains. We'll see what's here. It is an item, so I will go ahead and take the top card of the item deck, should I be able to do so. And that will go right into my backpack. And for my final action, I will sneak.
It's worth noting that Kirk was also or is also a key part of the playtest team on this. So we're both pretty experienced with the game. Although I don't know that I've ever seen him die now that I think about it. So we're playing where we're keeping stuff hidden. I recognize that's might, for a live stream, might matter. But part of that is when Kirk and I play, it's a no holds barred kind of thing. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, cool. Um, that's the end of that. I was the first player. Let's roll some dice. I'm gonna move these over to here just so they're a little bit closer. And
All right, so we have one in the plains and a lot of goblins.
yep, and I'm okay. You, on the other hand,
I have a dire wolf.
and
Let's see what's mine.
let me point this out real quick, Kirk. So planes, right? So it matches. So that's why he's getting this. We're playing with roaming monsters, which means that any of the monsters on the left side of the tile go to whatever the D6 says, which coincidentally is where Kirk is. Okay.
Yep. Okay. So I'm going to pull what is called a pro gamer move, and I'm going to try and fight this out. But first, let's make our hide check. So since I am sneaking, I pass on anything that is not double monster faces, and I am good. So how I'm going to play this out is I want to wait until the last possible minute to try and snipe this monster with Affliction. If I hit, great. If I don't, combat immediately ends. So for the first turn, I'm going to do nothing. Not going to play any cubes, not going to do anything. We'll see if the monster changes tactics. It does, and it flips over, which is great. That is exactly what I wanted. So for round 2, knowing that currently it has 2 maneuver speed, I'm going to play 3 of my cubes in attack speed and a single black cube in Affliction. And we will target the lone target that we have. This is an ambush attack, so since I am still hidden, it does not target me. So let's see if it changes tactics again. It does. So now I must roll to hit, which is fine. This is exactly why we did what we did.
So let's explain that real quick, just for anybody
Sure.
who might be new to the stream, right? Is if it wouldn't have flipped, it would have been on this 2/2 side, and I'm just hovering over your wolf token right now. And because of his attack speed of 3, that would have been an auto hit, causing a wound to the wolf. But because it did flip to this side, we do have to roll to hit because his attack speed is not faster than the maneuver speed. Okay, cool. Good luck to you, sir.
So, thank you. Let's see if we hit. This actually might be bad now, but we'll find out. All right. So we do hit. This does a single wound of damage. The direwolf has 2 health, so it takes 1 point of damage. And now I'm in trouble because I need to stay hidden. And if I'm not hidden, then this is probably going to be bad. So crossing my fingers for all blanks. I am unhidden. All right, so I think I'm actually still good if I can get a hit off. I'm not going to change my tactics at all. Reason being, it has an attack speed of 2 on both sides. I can only play a maneuver speed of 1, so it's going to automatically hit me regardless. So my best chance is to snipe it first. So I will remain with 3 cubes and attack speed, and we'll see if it flips. It
Brilliant.
does. Luckily for me, and now since it has a maneuver speed of 2, my attack speed of 3 goes first. It is higher than 2. It auto hits, deals 1 wound, and that is 1 dead direwolf for 8 fame.
It's a good thing it flipped. If it wouldn't have flipped, then George would have. Or George, sorry, George. I was just reading George's comments in the stream. Then Kirk would have had to roll to hit, and if he wouldn't have hit, he would have been dead. So that worked out. Yep. That worked out well. Okay. All right. So we're that's the end of turn 1. We're going to retrieve these tokens, and we're going to move on to turn 2. And you got your fame. Yep, you got 8 fame for killing that, and you are the first player.
All right, George. I hit the first. I hit on round 2 and on round 3 as well. So it is indeed dead as a doornail.
Yep.
All right. I am going to mosey on over 1, 2, 3 to the high pass. And we find a gate in clearing 4. and that's not particularly helpful for me at the moment. So I will finish out my turn with sneaking. So Explorer, it's your turn.
All right. This clears off at the beginning of the turn, and then I am going to, that is in clearing 2, which is a mountain, so costs me 2 to move there. Um, I am going to search as my first action, and I found that's cocked, but I found 1. So for folks who are new to the game, this is the number 1 reason why people die, because I have 1 action left, and the smart thing to do is to sneak, but then I'm going to lose this progress of having rolled a success. And so with a 4th action, often players will say, you know what, I'm going to push my luck and I'm going to search one more time and not hide. I'm going to sneak strictly because I don't want to die on the second turn of the game either. So that is me. Your roll, Kirk.
All right. See what happens. We've got 1 mountain and 3 scratch.
It's a darn good thing I did that hide or sneak. Mr. Gorbag, you are 100% correct. He waited till round 2, so if he missed, and I'll just hop over here real quick. If you look at this affliction spell, note that there's no wound symbol on the magic box. And so if he had failed to hit the wolf, that's 2 rounds of no wounds or death. Combat ends. Okay. So let's, oops, that's not what I wanted. I want the map, which is here. I match, so I'm going to get some monsters. Juvenile dragons and just 1, right? Is that all you rolled is 1? That's great. And it goes to clearing
That's it.
5. Again,
Yep.
roaming monsters, so he doesn't come to me. So in hindsight, I could have searched. All right. Feel free to ask questions in chat. We're happy to answer any of them as we go along. Thanks for being with us, by the way, on a Saturday night. You are first.
All right. So I'm kind of in a corner here. I would like to make progress, but it is going to be very slow going, but I think it'll
Right.
end up being worth it. So I'm going to go 1-2 into the high pass, and then I'm going to sneak an alert here because I don't really have a use for my 4th action.
Right. And just, did you want to, just for, instead of, if alerting doesn't give you any value, theoretically you could search before you left. Minor chance it
Yeah,
gets
I could.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, alerting doesn't really do me any good because there's no opportunity for me to play 5 cubes in a turn, so I'll retroactively do a search for that passage. I likely won't find it, but
Yep.
yep, there we go.
And that's
So,
about right.
yep. So no alert, and I'm in the same location that I ended in. So
And
Scott, you're up.
I am up. All right. Let's go to the map. Let's zoom in on me. I'm going to save this view for future. Whoops. No, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to save that view for future reference. I am in the clearing with the trove. So makes sense to me that what I want to do is search for said trove. First action is a search. Hey, look, nothing. I'm going to search again. Wow. All right, I'm going to search a 3rd time. Remember what I said about dying? Okay, and I am going to play it safe again because just like turn 2, I don't want to die this early in the game and start over. So it
Fair
is
enough.
your die roll.
We have Mountains 2 and Stench 1.
So it's a really good thing I didn't do that because one of these 2 symbols, either one of them matches, this monster moves to me. That's the first thing that happens. Second is we get new monsters, and we get 2 juvenile dragons in 5. So we're rapidly filling up. All right. Um, let's take this down near me for the moment because I think so. I actually feel pretty good about fighting this monster, and here's why. So my weapon does 2 damage with 1 cube, 3 with 2 cubes, and so a single hit could kill this monster, which I like. Um, my strength spell does wound a cube if I cast it. So I do have some options here. So first, let's do first things first. I'm just going to see if I am able to hide. Okay, so I was able to hide. Okay, so that's good. Um, and that does give me options. Let's do the combat this way. In round 1, from hiding, I am going to cast strength. The reason is that will make this do with 1 cube. Will make it do 3 damage. Uh, then, because of his armor, one of the swords will go away, resulting in 2 damage, 1 hit killing it. Okay, so I'm casting strength. I don't need to put any speed cubes because I'm not under any targeting or anything else. So I will now roll to see if I stay hidden. My sneak does not apply. I do stay hidden. Doesn't really matter because uh, I'm going to now.
Did,
Yep, sorry, go ahead. Oh, yeah, I didn't roll to see if it.
you need to roll for tactics. Yeah.
Yep, so in round 1, while I'm casting that spell, did it change tactics? And the short answer is no. So it's still on this side. So let's take a peek at what I got here. Um, I know, right? Kirk has great bass tones in his voice, and I'm just the nasal companion. Okay, so let's play some cubes. If he flips, he's going to hit me, but really weak, and I have an iron helm that won't be damaged. This is really cool. This is a great situation. I am going to play it like this. And frankly, I probably could have done this in the first round and had this been done, but I'm going to play 3 speed cubes in the attack and 1 in maneuver. We're in round 2, so and I'm obviously targeting the juvenile dragon. I'm emerging from hiding. It's worth noting. I cannot attack with melee weapons from hiding, and all I have is a melee weapon, as shown by the sword, shield, and helmet symbol on the weapon. Only the assassin can attack from hiding. So let's see if this guy changes tactics. Does not. So I hit. My weapon does 1 plus the sword for 2 damage, plus the strength spell for 3 damage. Because I'm hitting an armored dragon, because that armor symbol, one of the swords goes away. I do 2 damage, which is enough to kill the juvenile dragon at the cost of 1 wounded purple cube. Worked out pretty well. So I'll take 10 fame. I now have a nearly insurmountable lead over Kirk.
Yep, well done. I'll go ahead and make my hide check for my dragon that moved to me, and I am hidden, and I will remain so. I'm not going to do the same trick as I did before.
Right. Okay, sounds great. I believe it. Oops, I keep pushing the wrong button. Apologize for that, folks. It is your die roll.
Oh,
Or
that was
no,
what was
sorry, die
coming
roll.
after. So
Sorry,
let me turn.
retrieve and new turn. Go ahead, you can do it. All right, again, you go first.
Okay, I will continue my trek across the high pass. So 1, 2 here, and then I will. Let's see. This clearing is safe. Yeah, I will just sneak an alert here.
Yeah.
Re-
So it's
I
kind
would
of
consider going to the gate clearing if there were another gate on the board, but nothing's been revealed yet. So
and you don't want to pop over to this foul swamp just to see what's there. It'd be so slow. You're kind of in the muck right now. If you look at this tile,
exactly.
he has mountains here, mountains here, mountains here, mountains here, mountains here, mountains here. Right, everywhere is mountains. Oops. Um, and then he has swamp over here. Right, so You're right. It's going to be slow going.
Yep, the faster path would have been through the unbroken lands and the lonely mountains, potentially the foul swamp, going through the putrid waters. But that would still require me to search for this path right here, and I'm
Oh,
still going to be
interesting.
exploring some. I'm still going to be getting wilderness tokens for these mountains, which are pretty good. So
Let me explain the truth here of what Kirk is doing. Um, Kirk is a diabolical player, and he knows that my advantage is to look at tokens, so he wants to get a couple of mountain passes out of the way before I can get to him. He also wants to move closer to me because I have no faith in Kirk being a team player, and I fear for my life. Did I say that out loud?
so
I mean, I'm not wrong. Okay,
I,
so
I didn't hear anything.
I didn't hear anything. Right. Oh, and I have it's worth noting, I don't have any monster. I killed it, right? So I don't. I'm just gonna search for that location. Okay, at least I got a success there. I'm going to search again, and I found it. So I found the trove, and I am now known as the founder of the trove. Gorbag, you asked a question. Are you only able to put a cube on a spell or put a cube on a weapon in a given combat, or could you cast the spell? Nope. Correct. You can place cubes on one card, one mini card per round of combat, unless the card in the specifically says that you can do it. So there are some things like the Elven Slippers that allow you to place cubes on in addition. But the basic rule is you can cast a spell or use a weapon, but not both. All right. Um, okay, so that was two actions, and I found the trove. We're going to be greedy, and we're going to loot it right away. So that's four. I get the fourth treasure, and I get something that's pretty worthless. I think I'm gonna put it in my active slot. It has to be face up. I could have just put this in my backpack, but so the King's Pardon. If I'm in a civilization location, I can instantly use this to get rid of two outlaw tokens. So let's say I was to kill Kirk, I would get an outlaw token, and then he would respawn as a new character immediately. And then let's say I killed him again and I earned a second outlaw token, I could get rid of them both. Just throwing that out there. Okay, and then this should have gone away at the beginning of the turn, and then as my final action, I'm going to sneak. And the reason I'm doing that is because we got a dragon there. All right,
All right,
Kirk
you got two
again.
dragons there.
I got two dragons there.
And they're coming right to you, just as three dragons are coming to me.
Yeah, so the monsters, we call this the monster return. I probably should have called it the monster's move. When you roll that symbol, you always process the gray dice first. Any tile that has monsters or natives with no hero goes back to the monster tray. Any monsters that are in a tile with heroes moves to those monsters. And then we have the scratch symbol, which does not match my token or my tile. Worth noting, if you click on in the TTS mod, George has automated. George, who's on the streamer, it's like 3 a.m. for him in the UK. If you click on this M, it will automatically summon monsters for you. Okay, cool. I'm guessing we're both hiding.
Yep, I have already made my check, so go ahead and make yours.
All right. I did. Thank goodness I snuck. And
right, you gonna step out and fight him?
It's really a sad state of affairs that two juvenile dragons give me pause. One of the things in this game is all dragons are fairly tough. So I am going to remain hidden and just deal with them in the next turn.
All right.
I assume you are doing the same?
Correct.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Explorer goes first. So now my situation's a little different, right? I have two dragons sitting in the clearing with me. The rules are that they will always try to block a hero after one action. So my first action will be to sneak to give me the benefit of being able to hide a little bit better. I am hidden. If I had rolled two reds, then I would have been in trouble. So I have three actions remaining, and we are going to loot under the dragon's noses and get some more some more loot, hopefully. Okay, I get the 4th treasure. Oh, this is actually a good treasure in this particular situation. This gives me an extra might cube. My weapon doesn't really benefit from it because I already have 2, but if I am able to find a better weapon, I can drink this and receive another might cube, which is great. I'm going to loot again. 4th treasure.
Lots of fours for you tonight.
I know. Well, I'm going to equip that. Anytime you loot a treasure, you can equip it. That's a free loot action every turn. So as my fourth and final action, except for the fact that I looted, I'm going to loot again. Oops, I was on that die. Okay, I get the 3rd treasure, and ignore that Scott gets cursed because so I get the 3rd treasure. All right, folks, you're in for a treat.
That's really funny.
We were talking. So this was the reveal today. This is the reveal. You guys get to see a legendary site in action, and now you're going to get this. This hasn't been explained until the update goes out. So here's what happens: a token goes in the clearing. So we have, in addition to the trove here, the statue of the Templar is in this location. I can choose to haggle against my charisma, roll the haggle dice. I can try to awaken the statue. The statue does not necessarily want to be awakened, so a couple things can happen. If I roll 2 closed doors, we throw down. I'm in combat with this monster. It's now a monster. And that's what it is. If I roll a closed door, a single closed door, I get a curse. If I haggle successfully against my charisma, the first time I succeed, the tile gets enchanted with both white and green magic. The second time I have a success, I, in essence, hire the statue, and the statue then becomes a hireling for the rest of the game. And as you can probably imagine, we're going to zoom over here and take a look at this. The statue of the Templar is on par with some of the strongest guardians in the game. A damage of 4, it's armored, it heals at the end of every combat phase, and it can strike with doing 4 damage against unarmored targets. That's pretty epic. If one takes a look, my charisma, I actually have 3 charisma, so that's pretty good. What I'm going to do with my 5th action, because of the symbol of greed, is I'm going to do a loot. Now, I could do any other action, but do I want to try and alert to go after these dragons? Yep, I'm going to take an alert action as my final action. Okay.
All right.
Cool. I don't want to. What I don't want to be doing is getting cursed doing the statue of the Templar while I have dragons with me. That's the logic. Okay, your turn.
Completely understandable. My turn is going to be the same, similar to previous ones. 1, 2, sneak alert.
Okay. My dice roll. As soon as it's done auto saving. There we go. Okay, swamps and scratches, and I don't think either one matches me.
It's really funny because that was the one turn I was thinking about just making a run for the narrow ridges, and I was like, no, they'll definitely jump on me, and they didn't.
Right.
Or they wouldn't have, rather.
It's always that way, right? Just remember, Dragon's Down. The tagline for Dragon's Down should have been, "Whatever you decided to do, it was wrong. The game will punish you." Okay, so I'm hidden. I don't need. It's the beginning of combat. I don't lose my hide status, and I technically, if we're playing this correctly, I should have marked that I'm hidden when I succeeded on my hide check there. I don't lose that until the beginning of the next turn, or when if I were to move out of the clearing or choose to, etc. Now I did alert, and that's important because I am going to emerge from hiding, and and this is round one. I can play 6 cubes because I alerted, or at least an additional speed cube. So I am going to play it like this. Okay. So, and I'm going to target this first dragon. That's the one I'm targeting. So the reason I'm doing this is I think I might take some damage. I might get wounded. Oh, I forgot to heal that. Okay. Well, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. That's fine. It'll be fine. Let's see if they change tactics. I don't want them to change tactics. Actually, that is perfect. I actually don't mind if he does. Okay, so in the first round of combat, we go based on the length of our weapons, the attack length. My short sword has an attack length of 6. These guys both have an attack length of 0. So my attack goes first. I have 3 cubes, so attack speed of 3 versus a maneuver speed of 2. I hit, and my damage is 3 minus 1 because of the armor. I kill this juvenile dragon, and that's 10 more fame. And if there's anything that doesn't make sense, feel free to ask in the chat, please. Okay, this guy goes next. His attack speed of 2 versus my maneuver speed of 1 hits me. So I have to take a hit either on my head or my body. I'm going to choose to take it on my head because his attack strength is only 1, his damage, and my iron helm has an armor value of 2, so it doesn't damage the armor. However, because I am hit, the golden rule of Dragons Down is anytime you're hit, you must take a wound or you die. I'm going to wound this red cube, and then I'm going to drink the potion of might. So this is out of the game to get another red cube, which I'm going to put right there. Okay, cool. Make sense so far? All right. Round 2 of combat. I'm going to target this guy, and let's see if I'm going to leave my stuff as is. In this particular case, because it's only one guy left, I just want to get this combat over with. Let's see if he flips. He does not. Now we're in round 2. I have an attack speed of 3, so I go first, but I don't auto hit him. So this is where I might start taking some wounds, more wounds. I'm going to roll the dice to see if I hit him. Of course I do. There was never any doubt. 2 hit symbols is a hit regardless of speed, so I earn 10 more fame, and he's dead. That worked out pretty well. I took 2 wounds, or in total over these 2 combats, but my iron helm is kind of saving me. That's great.
Yep. Did pretty well for yourself.
Yeah, so Mr. Gorbag, the way shields or bucklers work is right. They go in a weapon slot. You can use them against any one attack per combat round. So I could have used it to block that attack if I wanted. I still would take a wound, right? Just like normal. I get punched, right? But it's more flexible. It can cover either one of these spots. Is the basic way, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, Berserk one-time use items are usable. I just went with simple, friendly rules that say at any time you can use it. So technically, I could have even said, I'm going to drink the potion of might as this thing hits me in order to wound the cube that got generated by that potion of might. So didn't want it to be fiddly. All right. Feel like I'm finally having a decent game while I'm playing with you, Kirk. Okay.
That's not 100% true. You just remember the bad ones.
They were more fun for sure.
For sure. All right, let's hop into the narrow ridges and see if it was all worth it. We get to roll the mission dice for a reward.
Let's do that.
So I'll handle that in a second.
Okay.
But let's see what the replacement tile is. It's an item.
Tee-hee.
Unfortunate.
Tee-hee.
All right, so I'll get the top card of the item deck. Look at it. And that's honestly not terrible, but also not great. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and equip it. We have a half-elf wizard using a short bow.
Somebody come up with a fantasy character that represents.
Yep, and 2 fame and 3 gold.
So Berserk, that's an example. The reason we do potions that way, that's an example of where I could have included 2 more paragraphs of rules that, or even, there's an icon on every single one of those one-use cards saying when it can be used. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, in natives, there is one-use item that does have a timing to it. But for the most part, it's, hey, just when you want, because otherwise it's just rough to track. Okay, is it my turn? Is that right? That's where we are?
It is. My 3rd and 4th actions are sneak and alert.
Okay. Something tells me you're probably going to enchant this and teleport away because you're in the middle of muck.
That is 100% my current planning, because it's going to take far too long to get through this text otherwise.
Yeah, so this is a great example of, he chose teleport as a spell. And if you look at teleport, he can't even cast it right now because you need 2 blues, right? But what he can do is enchant the tile, and then he's golden. He can cast it and go to any tile up to 2 away. Okay, so
another actually awesome thing that I do want to point out is I know exactly where the disenchanter is now, so Scott can't pull any shenanigans on me with trying to get it and bring it to me, and I can pretty much enchant tiles with abandon now.
Yeah, there's a game we played before where enchanting tiles was really important to me, and so Kirk found the disenchanter and a portable hole, which casts the teleport spell without using magic. And so then he teleported to where I was and sold the disenchanter, which is a red backpack item, right, to a merchant in the tile, thereby preventing me from being able to use my strategy. And that was not player versus player. That was just Kirk being himself. Okay.
That's right.
So I feel I have the statue. I need to attempt it, right? We need to show how this works.
I think you got to go for it.
Yep. So
I want to see you roll double doors.
There's a lot of truth there. Okay, so I am going to try to awaken the statue. It's haggling. It's not a haggle attempt, but we roll the dice to get an outcome. I'm trying to roll the dice and roll lower than or equal to my haggle, my charisma score. In this case, I'm going to roll a door. That anytime you roll a door, that gets you a curse. So I roll. I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. I know you do the 12-sider, but okay. So it's even odd, right? What side? I'm on the even side. Well, that'd be funny if I got teleported away. Feeble. Oh yes, fumble, right?
Yep, fumble. Yep, you're right.
Okay, so my attack speed is always -1. I can get rid of that by spending 5 gold in a civ location. Okay, so that was action 1. I am going to awaken the statue, try to awaken the statue again. So Daniel, yeah, if you had it with you, technically you could, right? Because you could play it right. Nope, sorry, take that back. You die the minute it goes away. You could drink it to get some cubes back so you could wound one, right? So just know, you can't drink it just after you die. You'd have to drink it immediately before you die. Okay, so this is a success. So that's amazing. Would you mind flipping the tile over for me, Kirk?
Already done.
All right, of course. So these are now in. This is now enchanted with both magics, right? Both white and green. And so I guess I could. I again, George has automated all these cards. I could have just clicked on the token to grab those. We're gonna instead, we did it manually. Okay, cool. That is 2 actions, and I've had 1 success. I am going to attempt to awaken the statue again, because if I get one more, that thing's on my side. Oh, that was close. I was a little nervous there. Okay,
Curses.
cursed again. Now we're on the odd side. And 4.
Blank.
Only 1 cube color on spells. That one doesn't even impact me because I only have 1 cube color. But if this was Kirk, that would be bad. He would now that would prevent him from casting his teleport because he would need 3 blue cubes. Okay.
Yep.
As my final action, I'm going to be patient. I'm going to sneak. It is worth
Sounds good.
noting that if Kirk did have the disenchanter with him, he could just stroll into this tile, thereby preventing anyone from ever being able to awaken the statue of the Templar, because it would remove these cubes. The disenchanter literally prevents enchantment.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, we've got Woods and Carrion. Nothing for me.
Yeah, I get
But
something.
something for you.
How many giants did I get?
2, it seems like.
Yep. So these come directly to me. Yeah, thanks. So these come directly to me. Let's roll to hide first. Let's do that. That's the first thing. And I did sneak, thankfully. So I am hidden. So now I have decisions to make. The challenge is that although giants are slow and fairly easy to kill, I am feeble. So that curse has an effect on me. These guys take 3 damage to kill. And remember, I'm -1 damage. So if I play 3 cubes, which is the most I can, I still only cause 2 damage.
You're actually
Or
fumble.
I'm
Mine called attack
fumbled.
speed.
That's right. I thought I was feeble. Oh yeah, we're going after these guys. Oh, I forgot. Hey, chat. This is your fault. You're supposed to remind me to heal. All right. Yeah. It's actually in a second. I am slow. So what are the chances I can kill both these guys? My attack speed is -1, but they're slow. We're gonna throw down even while wounded. What the heck?
Yeah, I think you've got a good chance here.
I'm not
You're
alert
not
though.
alerted. Yeah, that could be a
Yep.
slight problem.
Yeah, because okay, so here's what I am gonna do. I'm not gonna do anything for the first round of combat. Oh, but they're longer. I'm not gonna do anything for the first round of combat for sure. Let's see if they flip over. They don't. I'm not going to do anything for the second round of combat either. I am going to sit tight. What I was hoping for, yeah, it's interesting. This is a dilemma, right? Because if they flip over, they're slower, easier to hit, but they also attack faster. And neither you or I is very speedy on our maneuver. Okay, cool.
Right.
All right. I'm going to just drop this in there. I can still play it there, but I just want to kind of note that I have a -1.
Alice. Yeah. You might not want to use a pink cube in that case. You might want to use a
Yeah.
different color, because
Yeah.
we typically use pink for bonuses or free
Yeah,
cubes.
true. Actually, I'm not going to put it there
So maybe a green.
as a negative. I'm fine. We're good. Okay, cool. So that's that. Wizard.
All right. I'm going to sneak, and then I'm going to spend 3 actions to enchant this tile with blue magic.
All right. So we'll just let him do that. I'm going to. So everybody knows what he's going to do, right? He flipped the tile. You saw that. Oops. And then he's going to add a cube. I'm going to come over here. We're going to sneak as my first action. Let's see if I stay hidden from said giants. I do. And then I'm going to spend. do I rest it all up? Or do, yeah, I'm going to rest it all up. So I'm going to do that and get these cubes back.
All right. Sounds good.
Sorry, I'm going to do a little different. I'm going to do
Yep.
2 rest actions to get 1 cube back. And then the other thing I'm going to do is alert. There we go. Kind of a
Okay.
waste of an action, but so be it. All right. Don't roll more
Let's see what we
monsters.
got. Got good news and bad news about that. I'm just kidding. It's all good news
I think
for
it is
you.
for me.
It's bad news for me.
Yeah.
So we have the monsters return symbol. So since there are no characters in the high pass, these juvenile dragons will return to the tray.
Yep.
But since I rolled a screech, there are adult dragon, just one that's coming straight to me.
Right. And one dragon is actually pretty tough for a squishy character. You still haven't found any armor yet, have you?
I haven't, but I plan on casting teleport during this, so
Right.
I believe I will be able to act first regardless. So I think I'm going to be good
So,
there.
just out of curiosity, did you want to take a pot shot with your bow on round 1 just in case? Because even if you're unhidden, I think you can still cast it faster, right?
Yeah. I should be able to. Let's see, attack speed 3. Yeah, I go before him. So yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's take one random pot shot with the bow.
All right. This is cool. Can you put it just like down here, the token, just because then I can show your board and the.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
All right, so I only have a single might cube, so it's not going to be that strong of a shot, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to throw all 3 of my speed cubes in attack. And, oh, I need to make my hide check first, is what I need to do.
Yeah,
this
true.
influences whether I will actually take this shot or not. Okay, I am indeed hidden, so I will keep this this setup of 3 attack speed cubes and 1 strength cube. We'll see if the dragon flips. It does indeed. So it would normally target me with a fireball, but it's not targeting me. So now I get to go. My 3 attack speed is higher than its maneuver speed of 2, so automatically hit. Since this is a ranged attack, I must roll the ranged dice to modify my attack. So
You have very little chance. It's worth noting, by the way, real quick, that he can ambush from hiding because his weapon is a ranged weapon, which you can do either ranged weapons or spells. So yeah, good luck to you, sir. You got to get lucky here.
Thank you.
Oh my
there
God.
You go.
God.
There you go. So two damage from the short bow, plus 2 from the ranged dice, minus 1 for the dragon's armor equals 1 dead adult dragon.
That's amazing.
For 12 fame.
What kind of a wizard are you?
I am. Somebody called me something. I'll have to look at chat. But no, that was pretty cool. Thanks for the reminder, whoever said that.
It was me, and I regret it now. Second round, you're casting teleport, I assume.
Yeah, 100%.
Why don't you explain that process just so everybody sees it?
Absolutely. So to cast a spell, I need to put a magic cube in each one of these 3 boxes on teleport. You may notice, the astute among you, that I do not have 2 blue cubes. However, when a tile is enchanted, as the current one is, you may use that. You may use that color to fill any box that matches that color. So in this case, I'm choosing to use it to fill the box with the wound in it. So I'll place a blue in the other blue box. And either black or green, doesn't really matter, in that last one. And now I can successfully cast teleport on myself. So we're going to teleport to the Black Caves.
Oh, nice.
They're only, yep. And I believe since it's teleportation, I appear in just any random. Actually, that's a great point. Since it's teleportation, I was thinking fly. So when you fly into a hex, when you randomly determine the location, you only determine randomly through open clearings, not cave clearings. But teleportation can bring you anywhere. So that changes that calculus a bit. I think I'm going to teleport to the Lonely Mountains.
Yeah, we've identified 3 that aren't the Forgotten City, so.
Yep. So here we go, clearing 1.
Nice.
And what do we got? What we got here?
Nice.
You can't write it any better.
I'm like jinxing it. All right, let's get that out of there. There we go. Got Forgotten City. So he scored a legend point and 5 fame.
Yep. We have an item, the Dwarven Ruins, some mission dice, and 2 sites. Pretty cool. Pretty cool if I do say so myself. So let's get those more tiles.
So it's worth noting that if you draw both of those, you can actually get this situation where the Forgotten City and the Dwarven Ruins are in the same spot. So
yep,
that's a lot of stuff, my friend.
Sure is. So we have the Shrine in Clearing 4. We have the Catacombs also in Clearing 4. 3 gates, so moving around here is going to be pretty easy, even though there's really only one place I want to go. And I'm going to get 2 treasures and some reward dice, I believe, is what the doctor called for.
You know, it's funny. You guys have seen that in the last few live streams, I've grabbed Open Gate as my spell. And in this particular game, I said, I'm not going to grab Open Gate because I've grabbed it twice and I haven't really been able to leverage it. And now that I do that, he literally discovers all these goodies in a place where with 3 gates. So
yep.
yeah,
I will equip the Symbol of Motion that I retrieved, and I will equip the Potion of Maneuver that I retrieved. And I'm actually going to go ahead and quaff that immediately to get 1 extra brown cube.
Yeah, that's really good for you. So he found this somewhere, I don't know where it went, but the Potion of Maneuver, which gives him an extra. Yeah, no worries, extra speed cube.
There you go.
And then this will give him an extra move action each turn, just like my extra loot action. Oh, I have an extra loot action. I forgot to use that. Dang it. Okay. Anyway, my fault.
No worries.
I'm okay with the idea that I don't get a mulligan as the designer of the game. Okay, cool. So let's. That was combat for the round.
That was.
And as soon as there we go, we'll retrieve our tokens, and let's go to new turn. So worth pointing out what I'm grumbling about is the fact that I have a free loot, and so I technically should be spending a loot every turn to see if I can get a treasure or the final treasures out of this trove here, even if I'm going after the statue. Okay, cool. I am first. Hey, I'm going to loot my free loot action. I'm going to try to get the treasure out of the trove so I don't forget. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Yeah, because I don't have any. Oh, I do have monsters. Sorry. I want to sneak first. Sorry. Give me a mulligan.
Fair enough.
I'm not looking at the die roll. Okay. So let's see if I can stay hidden. Nope. I failed.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So I am immediately blocked. So my turn's over. That was easy.
All right. My turn. This is going to be 1-2 actions. One of those is going to be free because of my symbol of movement. So action number 2, realistically, for the turn. And then I'm going to sneak and alert here because we are so close to having cool stuff, and I don't want to ruin it.
All right. Okay. So Michael's joke in the chat is he had thrown out the idea that I use Open Gate all the time, and I've died twice using it. And so he had said his bingo card has that I die because of using Open Gate. So I didn't select it just to spite Michael. It's not true, but okay, cool. That's that. I'm going to roll the dice.
Yep, I believe that's your dice roll to bring death to yourself.
Let's hope I don't get any more monsters. Forest and Claw. And I don't think that matches me.
Nope. I get a Griffin, however.
Good. Cool.
Let's see if I make my high check.
If you don't mind, I'm going to go get set up for my combat.
Of course, I made mine, so go ahead. Have at it.
All right. So I have these 2 giants. I have rested and all that, but I was going to fight them anyway. I just wanted to be able to alert is the problem. because now I can only play 5 cubes. So I'm playing 2 on here, right? That is enough
Yep.
to kill him if I hit him. So, but I'm going to go 1 there or 2 there. Or do I play it safe in round 1? Let me think about this. No, I'm going to go for the kill. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. 2 in the first in attack speed, 1 in maneuver speed, 2 on my short sword. Now remember, my attack speed is actually only 1, not 2, which changes what I want to do. I'm going to go for this to play it safe so they have a less chance of hitting me. Okay,
Yep.
cool. Let's see if they flip over, if they change their tactics. They do not. So it's the first round of combat. They both have giant clubs with a length of 18. So they both go first. My attack speed is 2. And by the way, I'm attacking this first giant. I should have mentioned that. So only double hit symbols actually hit me. The first giant of
Bonk.
Bonk does hit me. Note that that club hits me with a strength of 3, a damage of 3, which will destroy either one of these. So we're going to torch the leathers, and then I must take a wound. We're going to take a wound of the purple cube. The second attack
Bonk.
also hits me. That destroys my iron helm, and I have to wound a cube. We're going to wound. I don't think it matters. We're going to wound a heart because they're so strong that if they hit me. Okay, now it's my attack, a speed of 0. So I need 2. What do you think are the chances that I roll 2 on my attack?
50%. You either do or you don't.
Nope, I sure didn't.
All right.
So,
It is important to note now that Scott is completely unarmored.
right. So, if I continue this, so here, let's just talk through a little bit of the combat aspect of it. Let's pretend I didn't have that curse on me. I could guarantee a kill of one of these guys, but then I'm dead. If I move these cubes, I mean, right now I'm in just a rough spot. So here's what we're gonna do. I have 2 monsters on me. I am going to evade. So I
Yep.
just a maneuver, 2 maneuver speeds of 1 each. I just need to play more cubes than whatever is the whatever is on me. So I play 2 cubes and I can evade combat, and that sucks that I lost my armor. And I run out of the clearing, and I'm going to run in this. Thank you for doing that. I'm going to run in this direction towards that forest clearing. Ah! All right, fine. That was me.
Wouldn't be a stream of yours if something wacky didn't happen. So
Right. I mean, and this is to be honest, I'm griping, but I'm not really. This is one of the really fun aspects of the game, right? Is I have these great plans. I'm gonna have if I had that statue on my side, I would clobber these guys no problem, right?
yeah.
But I failed. Okay, so next turn, it's your turn.
Okay. My first action is going to be 1 move into this clearing using my symbol of movement. I'm going to attempt to search for the Catacombs.
All
So
right.
we'll make a search attempt for action 2. That's 1 success. Action 3, we'll try again. We have found it.
I feel like it's
And
my
I
job
will.
to point out that the catacombs, which is what you just found, right? So
Yep.
the catacombs is a special location on the cards. Let me zoom in on it so I can explain it to people. So the catacombs, when you're looting it, you always have to roll your intelligence, your cunning or lower in order to loot it. Otherwise, it's an automatic failed loot check. So FYI.
Yep. And I have a cunning of 3, so we'll
Yeah,
see how
yeah.
it goes.
Yep. Okay.
But my last
Oops.
action is to sneak, so yep, you're up.
Okay. So here's where I am, right? So my first action has to be a move. You cannot do anything when you're in between. You can only do things in clearing. So I will move 1 to there. I will, what will I do? I will sneak. I'm fairly vulnerable right now. So I will sneak, and I have 2 actions left, which is lame. um, let me look. This is so dumb. So if I want to get over here to get rid to pay to get rid of that curse, I got to go back through the giants. I'm going to move into where the giants are. That is, I think, 2 more, right? Yep. So
Yep.
I just don't think it makes sense for me to rest. Famous last words. Okay, let's roll to see if I
Yeah.
stay hidden.
What are the odds you fail this?
Pretty good. I failed.
Pretty good.
All right,
Well,
cool.
luckily you can just do this whole runaway song and dance again. So
Well, it depends. If juvenile dragons come, I cannot. So I got blocked
Daniel,
again.
to your question. Sorry, to Daniel, to your question, you must play a number of maneuver cubes greater than the highest maneuver speed of monsters targeting you.
And because they were both on the one side, I just needed to play 2 cubes to run away. Didn't matter how many there were. Okay.
Yeah, if there were 10 ogres in that clearing, he would only, or 10 giants, he would only have to play 2 cubes because their maneuver speed is 1 at the best, I believe.
Yep. You're rolling the dice.
All right.
Don't roll a mountain symbol.
Sure am. Let's roll a mountain symbol. Nope, swamps and stench. Which does nothing for either of us. So have at it. You just gonna run away again?
Yes, except I'm going to run across the bridge. Okay, I'm running the other side.
Done and done. No spell casting for me.
All right. And I am first. So I'm going to go 1, 2. I'm no longer blocked. I'm going to go 1, 2 to there. God, that's kind of a. Why did I run to that in that direction? I'm going to run 1, 2 to there, and then let's look at my board here. Yep, and then I'm going to sneak and alert.
Okay.
That's me.
All right. I am going to try and loot the catacombs. Since it has that special criteria, I must roll a 3 or less to get anything.
All right.
There's a 3. And let's go ahead and equip this potion of healing just to rub it in Scott's face. You can't write it any better, I don't think.
In related news, there's a position open for playtester if anybody wants to take it.
And programmer, so
and
we gotta take both mantles.
Yeah, that's right. Too funny.
Okay, let's do another loot. Ignore that spell roll. That is a 5. That is a failure. So it's action number 2. Action number 3. Let's do it one more time. That is a 2.
You know, and I'm going to comment about how stupid I am again as well, because when I was in the clearing with those giants, I have a free loot. I could always try and grab a treasure as I'm strolling through, because I got that symbol of greed, but I keep forgetting. Again, I blame the stream. I blame the chat.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will sneak for my final action.
Hey, Timothy, in answer to your question, absolutely true. The legendary sites are meant to be difficult, and they're also meant to be fairly easily manipulatable, right? So I have absolutely no doubt that, like if I had made, like I have progress on it, right? In theory, he could teleport to the tile and then next turn enchant the tile to remove the green and the white, thereby setting my progress back to 0. Worth noting, he could teleport and awaken the statue. Doesn't matter who got the first success. It just matters that magic is in the air. Not to put any ideas in your head, but okay. Um, that was not great, truthfully. Okay, so that's
It is
my roll.
your monster roll. Yep. Got
Caves.
caves and stench.
Neither is me.
Nothing for either of us.
It's kind of funny that I chose. Here's just another kind of uniqueness of the game. I chose the explorer. What should I be doing? I should be hopping around the map. What did I do? I've moved to one tile. I've never left this tile. So, okay, cool. We are in the next turn. Yeah. You.
All right, sports fans, let's try and find the shrine because why not? Be the first person to do it. Action 1 is a partial success. Action 2 is a success, so the shrine has been found.
Where are you sitting?
Let's try to loot the shrine. Now, the shrine is special in that every time it is looted, you must roll the local monster die, and if the monster shows, if it rolls the guardian symbol, then the guardian shows up, which is great. So with that in mind, the first thing I'm going to do is sneak, and then I'm going to roll to loot. So I get the third treasure. That's pretty cool. I'm going to equip it, get a legend point and 5 fame. It is the Trickster's Stone. I get a gray cube while it is equipped. I'll just go ahead and add that to my ever-growing collection of cubes. And let's see if the Guardian shows up. That's not that one, it's this one. Here we go. I did, Timothy, thank you. And no Guardian. So that was 4 actions for me.
Hey, Timothy, he doesn't need any help to get more points, just for the record. If anything, it's your job to remind me to roll for my loot when I'm in the clearing. Just pointing that out. All right.
Oh yeah, Timothy. There's a slight lag to the stream, so maybe like 10 to 15 seconds or so. So
Yeah. Just there's like a 10-second delay. Okay, so cool. Is that you? Are you done? Or you got more to do?
That was me.
Okay. So I am going to. I got nothing. I got no protection. I got a site here, or not a site. I got a hidden path that I have to go through. And I got horrible movement. Mistakes have been made. Mistakes have been made. I am going to spend 3 actions to rest those, and then I'm going to do a sneak action as my 4th action. All right, roll a dice. I'm kind of hoping you bring these guys to me.
We have Plains and Stench, which I do not believe will affect either of us.
It does not affect either of us. All right, I will retrieve and new turn. All right, it's me. Watch and weep, everybody. You're going to see some special play here. I'm going to take a sneak action, and then I'm going to spend 2 movement. I'm pushing my luck a little bit. I'm going to try and hide. I mean, it can't happen 3 times in a row, right? No, it cannot. And then I'm going to take use my symbol of greed to do a loot of the trove. 4th treasure, which I think that there are 4 there. And I'm just gonna play open and reveal it. I got a spell book, and so I fill that. There are 3 spells here. Let's take a peek, see at what I got. There's you would like
is nice.
Yeah. Except I can't. Not nice for me. I can't cast any of those, but you can. I might be willing to sell that if you. No, I probably won't be willing to sell it, but. Okay, and then the final action I'm going to take is I'm going to try to awaken the statue of the Templar. So running some risk here.
Please double doors. Please double doors.
Boom. All right. I think if I just click here, this occurs. The statue of the Templar joins you for the rest of the game. So what I do, and it can be killed, but I put that here. Um, this is no different than a native hireling, and so they share my hide status. And actually, I am hidden, so they are immediately hidden with me. They're not going to be hidden with me for long, but they are hidden with me. Okay, cool. That was me. That was my fifth action. So your turn.
All right. I'm going to sneak with action number 1. Action number 2 is I'm going to loot the shrine. We get the third treasure from the top. There are 3 treasures remaining. Ooh, this is an enchanted treasure with blue, which is phenomenal for me.
Of course it is. I'll take care of the tile.
Okay, thank you.
So this gets enchanted and gets blue magic, which coincidentally is the magic that he likes. Okay.
That's so weird. Yeah. All right. So there are only 3 treasure. Oh, I must roll the wandering monster dice for that. Just check the guardian or local monster. Nope, no guardian. I'll give it one more shot because 3 or less is also what I need for that other one. So they're basically the same in my eyes right now. You love to see it, folks. You love to see it.
So yeah. So if you don't mind, I know we're playing a little bit competitively. Would you pull all 3 out?
Do it open.
Yeah.
Yep,
So he rolled. It's probably worth noting. He rolled two grabby hands, and so this is what he found. These 3.
Yep. I'm definitely not taking the icon of the dragon. I cannot wield the bejeweled shield, and the symbol of stealth just does something better for me that I'm already doing every turn. So I'm going to take that symbol of stealth.
Can I throw one thing out? So just know, let's just talk through that, right? And you should absolutely do what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
If he chose the icon of the dragon, he would get the legend point and fame for it, 5 fame. He doesn't get it by seeing it, he has to possess it. But because he saw it, that's going to go we're going to put that on the tile. Like that's active now in that tile while he's there. So,
yep. We'll make a little copy of it for TTS, and it goes over in here.
And so, worth noting, that's on where is that? That's on the shrine, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say you're playing in real life, right? You don't, you obviously can't duplicate it, and I'm actually showing this in the stream. If you were to put these back here, you go, well, wait a minute, that's gonna cover it up, and you won't know it's active. What you do is, and I don't know if TTS will allow this, but yeah, so TTS has an auto rotate in here. Just rotate it 50% so that you can see 90 degrees so that you can see that the icon is there. Okay. In TTS, of course, we can just duplicate the card and throw it in the tile. But that's how you do that. It stays in its position. It doesn't go to the top of the pile, is I guess the point I'm trying to make. Okay.
All right. Local die is a fine. So I believe I have 1 action left, so I'm going to attempt to loot the Catacombs, I believe it was I was looking at. Yep. So I need 3 or less.
Okay.
That's a 4. It's not going to do it, so my turn is over.
All right. Let's roll these dice. Plains and scratch. All right.
So scratch is going to bring griffins to me. Then the other griffin that is in the tile is also going to come to me.
Yep. So cool. Now you got to roll to hide.
Yep. So let's go ahead and make that roll real quick because we never fail. We're awesome. And we're good.
There's a lot of truth to what you say. Okay, so I'm hidden in the tile, in the clearing, but I do have a statue that's pretty kick-ass. Now, it's worth noting that I must unhide in order to the statue of the Templar can't do a ranged attack. Okay, it doesn't. There's a symbol on, by the way, that of underneath the red cube of arrows if it has a ranged attack. If it did, I could actually try to pluck one of these giants from a distance. But I have no way to attack unless I reveal myself, and I am absolutely going to reveal myself so that the Templar can kill these giants. All right. So I'm no longer hidden. Blink, I voluntarily reveal. And so now it's during the challenge step. We're going to roll for each of these guys to see whether they target me or the statue of the Templar. We'll play 1, 2, 3 as me. We'll play 1 as me, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is the statue. Just kidding. 1, 2, 3 is me. 4, 5, 6 is the statue. So the first giant's going after me, and the second giant is going after me. That's actually okay. Um, and the reason being, so I'm going to target. I'll target the first one. The statue of the Templar will, and so it's now we're in the hero tactic step where I play or sorry, the evade step where I run away. Again, remember, all I need to do is play 2 cubes and I can run away. The statue is going to hang around and clobber these guys. He'll target this first giant. Now remember, they're both targeting me, so this is a free strike for the Templar. Let's roll the dice. That is I always look at the text that gets generated, so that's a cock die, but it actually is a that. Okay, so they stay as they are. Their attacks go first, but I'm literally no longer there. Technically speaking, at this exact point in time, I would have to choose a direction, and I'm going to run this way. Okay, so they have no targets. This attacks and hits with a strength. The 2 attack speed is faster than 1, so it auto hits this giant and does 3 damage, thereby killing it. And lamest superhero ever, I get the points for him, my statue, killing the giant. Next round of combat, we're in round 2. This giant targets the statue, and the statue targets him. I'm going to leave this on the exact same spot because it's going to auto hit and kill this, or it will hit and kill this thing. Let's play this out, however. Okay, it does not flip. Its attack speed of 1 versus 2 is not a hit, so we roll the dice. Oh, sorry, I'm doing that wrong. It's the second round of combat, so my statue speed of 2 goes first and kills the giant, earning me 8 more fame.
Right,
Thank
put you 51.
Thank you, statue.
You've got some questions in chat.
Yep. So let's cover this. You can't stay hidden and have the temp. Correct, Timothy. Again, a simplicity rule. I didn't want to have that occur. If you run out of a clearing, which is what I did, right? Right. Hirelings do stay behind. At the end of combat, they automatically go to you. Now that's only if you evade. If I were to let's say this exact same situation happened, but it was Kirk. If he teleports away, where there's no way the hirelings could get to you using kind of normal walking or that kind of thing, they would unhire at the end of combat. The reason it happens at the end of combat is if my statue's ever killed, I lose 13 fame. Okay, so that's why combat plays out. Yeah. Okay, cool. Great questions, Timothy. Thanks for asking them. I'm sure people will have that exact same question later on the stream. Okay. Thank goodness I found that statue though, right? Or awakened that statue. It was worth it to get cursed and 10 gold, and I'm back to being in business.
Yep.
Okay. And you're sorry, I selfishly was only looking at myself. You hid and you're fine?
Yep, sure am.
Okay. And do you want to cast anything?
I do. I don't think I do. I'm considering teleport. No, I'm not going to cast anything. I think I can get a little bit more, squeeze a little bit more juice out of this.
Okay, cool. So my first action, 2 actions to move back to this spot. I will, with my symbol of greed, loot once. 4th treasure. I think there's only 3 left in the trove. Yep. So I get nothing and like it. But I don't know if you noticed. I should probably explain this earlier. The minute the statue was awakened, the legendary sight goes away. So again, George has automated where the card went away, the token went away. It's just out of the game. Note that the enchantments still stay. As long as I'm here, I'm going to loot again. So this will be my fourth action, but I do have one bonus action because of Symbol of Greed. So I got nothing. All right. And then as my final action, I will sneak. It's already there. And just what I need to do is I need to spend the time to move my butt over to a civilization location just because I need to get some armor. I need to get rid of some curses. I need to kind of get back in the game here. All right. Your turn.
Yep. All right. I'm going to use my symbol of stealth to get a free sneak action, provoking a hide check from the monsters who pretty sure I'm around, and that is not great for me. So I am blocked.
Nice.
Luckily, I don't think that'll be that big of an issue.
Yeah, and you can explain that in just a moment. Let's get some.
Yep.
Let's roll the dice. See if I can bring even more monsters to you. Okay, orc heads and swamp. So nothing for me.
Nope. Nothing for me.
All right.
So I just have the griffins here. I'm blocked. I'm unhidden. I'm very squishy. Normally, this would be a huge problem. Luckily, however, I found an enchanted treasure that enchanted the tile with blue. So on my very first round, I am teleporting the heck out of here.
Yep. And here's the beauty of that, right? All the spells trigger first. And since the griffins are a melee attack and they have an attack length of 0, it doesn't matter how much speed he puts in his attack speed. This spell is going to go first. So as the griffins notice him, block him, and go after him, he vanishes. Where are you going to go?
Yep. I'm going to the flatlands.
Yeah, of course you are. That's a jerky move.
And I'll be going into clearing 1.
All right.
We'll see what we got here. Is there anything cool? Did we save it? We've got a site. It's the altar in clearing 5.
Yep. Okay.
All right, that'll do it for me.
All right. Is it dice? No, that was combat. Right. Okay. So cool.
That was combat. Yeah.
Retrieve the tokens. Go new turn. And the wizard is first.
All right. My first 2 actions are both free actions. I will use my symbol of stealth and my symbol of motion to move to the altar's clearing. And then I will search for the altar with action number 1. Action number 1 is a failure. Action number 2 is a partial success. Action number 3 continues partial success. Action 4. And we found it.
I had such high hopes that you were going to fail. Not that it matters,
Right,
but so it's really interesting. Like again, even if you're not playing with player versus player, knowing that my advantage is to draw extra tokens, going to this location before me means I don't have the ability to discard and draw a new token. And then he found it first, so now I literally was planning on moving that direction because he knows I want to get maybe to the knights or the wardens to get rid of my curse. He's being Kirk. That is correct, Mr. Gorbag. The spell only triggers first because we're using closing the distance. Okay, so I'm going to do a change of plans here. Yeah, but the twisted step is just a waste of time. I'm going to do my free loot. All right. I get the second treasure off the trove, so thank goodness I remembered. Ooh, that's pretty juicy. All right.
That is juicy.
That is juicy for me. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of the short sword. That's out. We're going to put this into my backpack. We're going to equip the Sword of the Lost Prince. It gets me points, but probably more importantly in this particular case, or as importantly, is It's going to require me, just like I talked about at the beginning of the stream. I have to play 2 cubes. So now, if I don't alert, I'll only have 3 actions. Sorry, 3 speed cubes to play. But because I used that potion of might, I have a 3rd cube and can kill anything I hit. So that's awesome. It's a
I think you should attack that statue of the Templar. Well, that's just my opinion.
I'm not talking to you for the rest of the game. Cool.
Well, this will
So
be a very boring stream then.
yeah, probably so. All right. So that was my first action, a loot. I'm going to go 1-2. So juvenile dragons, which are faster than me, and giants, which I have no problem with. So it's only a 1 in 6 chance. Famous last words. If I were to go to here, but I'm going to play it safe. I am going to rest. No, I'm not. I'm not going to play it safe. I'm just resting twice to get that. So I did not sneak this turn. All right, roll a
Okay.
dice, Mr. Wizard.
Carrion or mountains, please.
You got
Thank you,
mountains.
dice. That sure is. But they're going to clearing 6, which is not where you are.
All right, that's good. Ah, it is where I'm going, however. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a problem for future, Scott.
That's not a problem for today. So it's worth noting, right? This came, and if they had come to my clearing, I'm in trouble because maybe I'm in trouble. I can't outrun them, so I'd have to stick around and fight. Cool. All right, and you got nothing.
Nothing for me.
All right, we're on to the next turn. I am first. So I'm going to sneak as my first action. Let's mark that. I'm going to move to here, thereby triggering them blocking me, which triggers my ability or my reaction of trying to hide. And I hide successfully. So I did enter a cave. That clearing 6, is a cave. So I have 1 action left. As much as I'd love to go hassle you, I know you can just teleport away. I'm going to move this way into the black caves. So I
There's
roll.
some mission dice for you.
Yeah, I'm going to roll those first. Technically, that is what you do in the game: is you roll these dice first. I receive 5 fame, so that's 61. And then the next thing I'm going to do is draw the bonus token, and that's a gate. Now, I am going to trigger my special ability once per turn, right? I can say thanks, but no thanks. So I'm going
Yep.
to return that, although maybe that's not that bad, but I'm going to return that to there and draw a new token. And I drew a site, so that was a worthy thing. That's my special ability as the explorer. So let's see what site is there. Oop, it didn't draw it to the tile. So where did it draw it?
It hasn't drawn it because.
I probably didn't
Actually, where
lock
did
it.
it draw it?
Yeah, where's the site?
Or because you drew it out manually, it might not have
Yeah.
placed a button on it.
Yep, it draws it and puts it right next to the place. So okay, so the chamber is in 1. Cool. I actually like that quite a bit. Note the chamber. Let's go to that real quick. That is also a special site. You have to play either the skeleton key or be able to do 4 might worth of damage or have 4 cubes. And thanks to my new sword, I can do 4 damage. So during a combat phase, I can open that up. Okay, that was me.
Okay. Quick question from Daniel. When you commit to using a cube for a spell, you play those cubes for your spells as part of your tactics for the round.
Yep. Correct. It is part of your tactics during hero tactics when you place cubes on cards.
All right, so my first is going to be my free sneak. Then let's go ahead and loot because there's no downside to this one besides a demon. So that is a 4 at the altar.
That's a great line.
Interesting. I'm going to reveal this, but not necessarily equip it immediately. It's the Wand of the Magician.
Okay, that's a good one.
It is. Let's do another loot. The third treasure. This is the altar, right?
Yep.
I can never remember. I can never keep it straight. Yeah, thank you. I will reveal and not equip this. It is the Mithril Shield.
Ah, you're just a point scoring machine.
Yep. Let's do it again.
This mithril shield is actually good for you if you didn't have your short bow. So notice it only requires 1 cube, but it's still a 3, so it protects like iron, but it's lighter. And so the short bow, oh, that's going to be a spell book's going to be really good for you. Yeah, that's
Yes,
good.
it is. I'm going to go ahead and unequip my symbol of motion and put that in my and equip this spell book.
Yeah.
As soon as the Tabletop Simulator decides
Yeah.
to play along.
So it's worth noting he has the Trickster Stone, which gets him a gray cube, which means he can attempt to learn divination, and his special ability as wizard is he can reroll one of the learned spells dice, and he's going to score some points. That's unfortunate.
All right, I believe that is my 4th action. Let's see. I did 3 loots. I snuck. Oh, I do actually have one action left. So let's go ahead and learn that divination, shall we?
Let's see how this works, right? So he names the spell. He's trying to learn divination. Rolls the dice.
Now we'll re-roll this blank due to my class special ability.
I hope you get a curse. Nope.
Nope.
So learning spells works the same way as searching. As long as he continues to do actions in the same turn, he can choose which dice he wants to re-roll. Obviously, end of the turn, he's going to lose that spell book progress because, but again, probably pretty minor. I was hoping you get a curse.
Yep.
Obviously, okay.
Yeah, I bet you were.
Yep. I'm going to roll the
Mountains and
dice.
Sight Guardian.
I'm no longer in the mountains, but your sight does come, and my Titan comes.
Yep. So I got a nice little demon for myself. So I'm gonna try and sneak.
They're trying to hide
Oh,
you.
this is very dangerous for me. No, try to hide. Yes, make my hide check. Yep, I'm good.
So interestingly enough, it's
nice.
worth pointing out, although the Titan is pretty easy to kill, the problem I have is if he's on his teleport side and he hits either me or the statue, if you get teleported away, remember I just talked about this. If you get teleported away, there's no way for those to connect. They would unhire. So I would lose my statue if he hits me or hits the statue. That would be a bummer. Okay. That was
I will not be casting any spells.
yeah, and I should probably click just in case something else hit match. No, okay. So we retrieve and new turn. You are first, sir. Zoom in on us.
Let's. Yep. How many? There are 3 cards left in the altar. Let's go ahead and take my free sneak first off. Famous last words, right? Okay.
Yep.
Let's make it. Let's do another loot. Let's see if we can get that 3rd treasure off of there. Sure do.
Sure do, he says.
Except it is a curse.
Nice. And where the card somewhere?
So it's right in front of my
okay.
board.
Okay, I see it. Yep. And then these are technically in your backpack, right? The wand of the magician and the mithril shield, because you didn't. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Just wanted to highlight them. Okay. Interesting. So let's go ahead and roll for my curse. Odds or evens? Odds. stumble, -1 maneuver speed. So literally, I cannot get any maneuver speed.
You're a
So
0 or a
that's
1.
fun.
That's wonderful. Although
Yep.
that's not bad for you because if you get in trouble, you just teleport away.
Right. So my replacement loot was, which I will not equip, is the Scepter of the Sorcerer. So I get another LP and 5 fame.
Good lord.
Sorry. So that was actually number 1. 2, 3, and 4. I believe I am going to enchant this tile with blue magic.
Right, just so you can get away, right?
That's right.
Yeah, well done, sir. Okay. My action. You know, the bad news is that site's a little bit away from me. All right.
Yeah, and there's a hidden path in the way too.
Say again. I know. I'm gonna go 1. I'm gonna guess that that's on a. Yep, that's 1 action. I'm just gonna go 2, 3, 2 here to the outpost. Let's see.
Yep.
Wait.
In the top corner. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see what's here. I'm gonna a little bit risky. The astrologer is here. So I could loot. I don't. There's nothing to loot there. So that's the end of my turn, and you're rolling the dice.
We've got all natives, which is great, and then mountains and orc heads.
Yep. All right.
Orcs do come here to me.
Yep.
But I have already made my high check, so I'm sitting pretty.
And you've had a great loot. So it's worth noting. Here's the additional thing that's happened. Right when you're in a civilization location tile, this die matters, and so there will be natives that get summoned to the outpost. Now in this mod, George has automated it. You just click on the N and it'll bring all of the natives that it's supposed to the tile. If you are not playing what you do, there's 2 different ways to check what natives come. One is on the back page of the rules. You just look here and you go, okay, the rogues, the consul, the soldiers, and the wardens all should be placed at the outpost. Okay? The second way you can do it is by looking at the native cards, in that we matched all the symbols, and so you can just consult each of these cards and look. There's the rogues, there's the consul, which lists the outpost, the wardens are already there, and the soldiers. And so those are the 2 ways that you can determine which natives come to your specific tile. Now, here's the other part. Remember how I didn't hide or anything, or I didn't sneak or anything? Anytime you are in a clearing with natives, you have to roll to see if they're just insulted by you, by your presence. So we roll. Let's go ahead and just roll the dice. You roll the haggle dice. You don't want to roll any doors. If you roll, I'm gonna pop this over for just a moment. If you roll 2 doors, all natives in the clearing immediately throw down with you. They want to fight you. You can either buy them drinks, which means spend 1 gold for each chip, right? That'd be a lot of gold. Or you can fight them. And now that may trigger your ability to hide. Remember, I didn't sneak, I just moved straight in. Okay, but because I rolled a 0 and a door, what I do is if you roll 1 door, you look at the number on the other die, and you have to, if it's higher than the attributes you have, those particular natives fight you. Now, because I rolled 0, none of these natives have any problem with me, obviously. But if I had rolled a different number, I could have trouble with 1 or more of these native groups. We have cunning and charisma that are represented. My cunning and charisma is both 3, so I'm okay. And even if I had rolled a 1, 2, or 3 on this die, I'd be okay. If I had rolled a 4 on the haggle die, I'd be in some trouble. Okay. So hopefully that was clear. Feel free to ask any questions in the chat if you wish. So no trouble for me, and you're hidden already, and I'm assuming you're staying hidden.
For me,
or...
I'm going to. Yep, I'm actually going to teleport away to the keep.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So we'll see what clearing I go to. Go to clearing 4, which is exactly where I wanted to go.
Yep.
And we have the Mystic at the keep and a big old bucket of nothing else.
All right. Cool. Time to retrieve and new turn. It's me. I got a whole bunch of options here. So something else that's probably worth doing, I could have talked about this earlier, is because there are these different folks in my clearing with me, we can look at what they're looking for. So the consul is looking for thugs. He's looking for outlaws. So maybe I want to start breaking the law. The wardens are looking for someone who's found the hideout or the lost battalion. Got to pay 40 gold. The soldiers are looking for any treasure of the lost prince. So if I'm willing to give up my sword I can earn an LP. And that was 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and the rogues are just there to get rid of outlaw tokens, which can be a detriment to your score at the end of the game. I'm not willing to give up my sword yet, so forget that. Um, Interesting. Okay, so I will do a trade action with the uh, who's underneath all these? I think it was the artificer, right? Astrologer.
Astrologer.
Yep.
Move
So,
those on top of the empty.
and you'll notice there's a little icon on it that says what terrain pack that particular merchant is with. So this is where the astrologer is. I'll do an action. I can look at the goods they have, and um, oh, we're going to take that mission for sure. Um, oh, I'm going to take that mission. Okay, so I guess I shouldn't have closed that. I'm taking 2 missions. I'm going to keep those face down. Normally, those go in your backpack. There's a handy little spot for them with snap points in the mod. Um, so that was one, and then let's look at what this person has for sale. Actually, yeah, I'm sharing it. I don't think you can see it, but that's fine. Um, some that's a pretty juicy one. Um, that's pretty juicy. God, there's some good stuff. Okay, so great. I am going to the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sell some of this stuff to this person. I'm going to sell to this merchant. I'm going to sell these 2 items. So I'm selling the King's Pardon for 4, and I'm selling this spell book. The value of the spell book is the value of the spells that are on it. There's a level 5, a level 3, and a level 4 spell. So that adds up to 12. So I get 16 gold, which puts me at 22. Whoops. Sorry.
I actually never noticed before that the level of the spell was the cost of it. That's fascinating.
Yeah, that's where that comes from. So, okay, so I have 22. Come on, there we go. 22 gold. And as long as I'm here, I might as well try to purchase one of these items. I will. There's a whole bunch of interesting stuff there. Sorry, I have some of it hidden. I'm going to try to purchase this item right here for everybody who's looking on the stream. I'll tell Kirk about it later. I do have to succeed at haggling for it, and the astrologer respects wisdom. That's my only thing I'm bad at, I think. I only have 2 wisdom icons. So the price is 3x. We're going to try to haggle, and I fail. So that's the end of that action. So that was my first action. Second action I'm going to do is I'm going to uh, do this. I'm going to trade with the soldiers who are in the clearing with me, and that gets me 15 gold. So I'm at 37. Also, I roll one mission die for each matching charisma symbol I have. I have 2. So I get some bonus rewards. I roll 2 dice. And I earned 6 fame for that. So 67 fame is where I am. And that goes into the discard. It's out of the game. Okay. So we'll just put that up here. Those were 2 actions. Now I got more money. I'm going to do a third trade action and just spend 10 gold to get rid of these 2 curses. That was my third action. I'm a human, so I get a bonus action. I'm going to again attempt to purchase that same item from the astrologer. I'm going to haggle again. Wow. I'm not going to do anything. He closes the door. I insulted him. I cannot do anything else with the astrologer for this turn. And as my final action, I will. Do I care? What are the chances that I get into trouble with these guys? Pretty.
You
But
did just roll your double doors, so
yeah,
what are
there's
the odds
nothing.
that it happens twice in a row?
That's a great point. Let me think about this for a second. The bodyguard in the console can never be hired. But I could hire the soldiers or this rogue. The starting price is 4x. I'm going to attempt to hire this soldier as my final action. So I'm put another way, I'm not going to sneak. So I'm going to attempt to hire the soldier. It's the cost is 4 times the fame, so that's 24 gold. I could just hire him outright without any haggling, but where's the fun in that? We'll attempt to haggle. And I rolled a 4. You'll note the way haggling works exactly the same. It's just my charisma. My charisma is 3. So my haggle attempt fails, my hire attempt fails. That was my 5th action for the turn, again, because I'm human. And that's the end of my turn. It is your turn, Kirk.
Okay. I'm going to, first off, attempt to learn divination again. So let's go ahead and roll the learn dice. And I'll re-roll this blank, use with my class ability. And we have learned it.
All right.
So legend point, 5 fame, and I can cast divination now. I'm going to use my symbol of stealth to get a free sneak action. So I've used 1 action so far.
Yep.
My second action is going to be to alert. I'm going to unequip the spell book and re-equip my symbol of motion that I had.
You have so much stuff, you don't even know where it is.
I don't. I really don't. It's terrible. It's a big problem to have. Yep. All right. So that's 2 actions. I'm going to use my free move to come into here. And then my third action is going to be to enter the cave right here.
That's only your third action, huh?
Yep.
Right, because of your free stuff.
And to think, I was thinking about starting with floating disc.
Right. So that's crazy. Right. And so floating disc would give you extra active slots. And so here's what sucks about what he's doing is he's going to go and find the chamber first, even though he can't open it. He's just going to steal the points before I can get there. I'm assuming.
Yep. That about adds it up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's roll the dice. Maybe I can bring something to you. Hopefully not the monster, the guy who's there.
Yeah.
Forest and claws.
Forest is nothing for me, and you're in wilderness, so you get to check for native insults. Or you're in outpost. So.
Yeah, Mike. So just note, all the guys are there already. So we just roll the dice for insults, and no door was rolled, so it doesn't matter what numbers are rolled. So that's the end of that. We retrieve
Yep.
and go on to the new turn.
So during combat, I am
Yep.
going to cast divination. There's nobody in my clearing, so I can just do it. I don't anticipate looting this next turn, but if you have a buff that you can cast on yourself and you have the ability to do it for free, there's almost no reason not to.
Yep. A lot of the spells that have only one cube on them have that symbol, which means it lasts for one turn. And since combat is at the end of a turn, it lasts all of the next turn until the combat phase. So just in case he finds that chamber and can open it, which would require him having some success in combat with his short bow, he's just trying to determine if he can do it. So more than
Yep.
likely it's not going to impact next turn, but there's no harm in doing it. Okay, so we are at retrieve and next turn.
Oh, you had already done a retrieve.
Oh, had I? Oops.
We're actually yep. So we're actually on turn 18 right now.
Okay.
And I should be first.
All right. Sounds good.
So we'll just remember to do that. Okay.
Yep.
My first action is a free sneak with a symbol of stealth. My second action is a free move with a symbol of motion into here, triggering a hide check to stay away from the prying eyes of the Titan. And I pass it with alacrity and finesse. And let's search for this place, because that'd be pretty cool. So action number 1.
Let's pause the stream while I Google alacrity. All right.
That is a partial success. Action number 2 is a full success. That is a legend point and 5 fame.
Yep.
And my final action is going to be to just walk back out.
Yep.
My job here is done.
Right. So the entire reason he did that was to take the point away from me. He can't even open it. So the Titan is like, who's been? He doesn't even know anybody's been here. You've just seen the Titan doing some gardening or something.
Now that's an interesting question. If I did try to attack the door with my short bow and rolled a +1 damage, would it open?
So yeah, it says in the rules the door is not considered armored. So all you have to do is have success.
Not bad.
You're right. So if you played 2 might on it, you'd have to. I don't know that you have 2 might cubes, right? You got to do 4 damage. Is the
I do. Yeah, yeah, and I'm not going to get that lucky with the range dice again. I don't think so.
I agree. Okay, my turn. I wonder which is better for me, to hire that soldier or to purchase that item from the astrologer. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to hire this soldier, and I am going to haggle again. Let's roll a dice. I failed. God, this guy is just a jerk. But I really want, the reason I want this is on the other side, he's a ranged attack, which I can do from hiding. So, yep.
That's a good opportunity to point out the ranged icon for monsters that do have a ranged attack, is that little cluster of arrows right there on the might cube.
Yep. So he's a crossbowman is what that guy is. I'm going to attempt to hire him again. And I'm haggling. All right. We're going to do it one more time. We're going to attempt to haggle. The worst part is I know I can afford to just hire him outright, but I'm too stubborn now.
Well, you're not getting a chance this turn.
Right. And so he's just out. I have 2 actions left again because I'm human. We're going to see if this rogue is any friendlier at it. So we're going to attempt 1 hire with that guy, or 1 hire of that guy.
No, they're tired of your crap too.
That's pretty funny. What about you? Hey, we'll hire Warden 3. What the heck?
Word's getting around.
I know, right? There's a lot of truth to that. Look at that.
Word absolutely got around.
That does not bode well for my insult roll. So again, thematically, I literally have if once you roll a door, you cannot attempt to hire anybody from that native group that turn. The other benefit of hiring, if I had successfully hired the soldier, the rest of the soldiers don't molest me. right? You're not going to go. You're not going to be insulted by your friend's boss, right? In theory, maybe it's not real life, but so anyway, but yeah, that was my 5 actions. Okay, cool. Let's turn
All
off.
right, that's dice. We've got woods and stench. Neither of which affect me, neither of which affect you. Roll your insult check.
Yeah, hopefully I got all my doors out of the way. I did.
You did.
Too bad I can't roll that. Okay, cool.
Yep, no worries.
And I
Okay,
did move the
so since we
counter
already
back. I moved it
wait,
back.
don't
Hmm?
the turn order or turn
Yeah,
back. Okay.
I moved the turn order back one. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Me. Hey, I'm going to attempt to hire a soldier. God, I'm just wasting my time while you're out there earning points. There we
I'm
go.
loving it.
Okay, so it's 3x, so that would be 18 at this point if I wanted to hire this guy. We're going to try one more time. And I fail. So I'm going to start over again. I'm going to try to hire him. Let me do one quick thing here. I want to turn off. Sorry, that's going to be on the stream, but that's okay. I want to turn off. Where's Discord? Right there. We're going to close Discord so those stop coming. Okay, so I had a success. So it's 3x. I'm going to again attempt to negotiate with him. And it's 2x. And I'm going to pause at that point because that's pretty good. And now I have, I hired him for 12. So I have 15 left. And then the final thing is, remember, that was 2 actions, which means I have 3 actions left. Blink. We're going to go into there. And I think I can move one more time, right? So I did 1, 2. No. Yeah, I can move one more time. Yep. I'm just going to move. I'm not going to hide or sneak or anything. I'm just moving. That's me. Your turn, sir. Kirk, are you there? Oh, sorry, guys. I can't get rid of Discord. That's how he and I are chatting. Sorry. Let me bring him back so he knows. So I closed off Discord because I didn't want those notices popping up. But then I remembered that's how we're doing the chat. So my apologies. Let's get him back. Why is that not coming up? Hang on. Oh, it's loading. Sorry, everybody. I don't know what I'm thinking. All right. Let's go here. Let's bring Discord. Sorry about that. All right. Poor Kirk is like, hey, we're chatting via Discord. There we go. Sorry about that, sir.
Yep, no worries.
I just need to pause my notifications so that we don't get those popping up in the upper left. Okay, your turn. That was, by the way, that was pure spite on my part. So
closing Discord. Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right, we're good. Okay. Back to you.
All right. My first action is going to be free hide. Second action is going to be free sneak. Second action is going to be free move. So action number 1 realistically is I'm going to attempt to learn affliction out of my spell book. You may note that I already know affliction, but I can still learn it again. Yep. And that means I'll be the only person who ever knows it.
Yep.
So let's roll the learning dice. That is a success and a success. No reroll necessary.
I'm getting stomped here. Now, it is worth noting. Let's say he had shapeshift. A couple quick things. These are probably immaterial, but it can happen from time to time. If he had shapeshift here, and then he learned shapeshift again, technically he could have two permanent spells active at the same time. And if he's ever in the presence of purple magic for shapeshift, he could he could choose which shapeshift is active. So he could be a dragon and a giant, and then pick which one he wanted to be.
Yep. And some of you may have been yelling at your screen. I apologize. I should have alerted first to equip the spell book. I cannot learn that spell out of my backpack. So
Yep.
my first action would have been to alert, equip the spell book, and then do the learn action. So that was video actions 1 and 2. So now I'm on action 3, which will be my last action of the turn. Given that I was in a cave, and my third action will be to walk to the keep, thus ensuring my safety.
Yep, good. I'm going to do one quick thing mid in the stream, which is I just want to look at the various titles that are available. Yeah. I haven't found the hideout or the lost battalion. Again, I could return that. I'm just okay. All right. It all sucks for me. Your turn. Or no, roll the dice, right?
That's right.
Let's roll the dice. I rolled mountains and stench, neither of which hits me. And you don't get affected, although you might get a native. Charisma at the keep. Just click the
I
N
think
there.
you went. Oh yeah. So yeah. So in this we have to do it in reverse turn order because I might get somebody and then they're gonna jump right back to.
I'm not.
You're not there anymore.
I'm not there anymore. So you're just you. The
That's right.
soldiers have moved to the keep. So it's worth noting that monsters will not summon to a new tile from the map. Natives will. Okay, and so the purpose there is so that natives don't get just stuck in one location. We actually want a little bit more of the civ interactions, and so soldiers leave the outpost, and I don't know how the hell they got there so fast, but that's where they are now. Okay, cool.
All right. Next turn, I believe.
Next turn.
I will cast divination. No, I won't because I don't have gray right now. So.
Oh right, because you unequipped it.
Unequip. That's right.
It's kind of a cool thing to note. He equipped that the trickster stone long enough to learn the spell. He can't even cast a dumb thing anymore, but he learned it. He knows if he slips his trickster stone into his pocket, he'll remember all of that ability. That's okay. He got the points. Who cares if you ever divination is okay, but
that's right.
Anyway, and I'm first player, so let's look at our map here. I'm going to be bold. I'm just going to move 1 to there. I'm going to search for that hidden path. Let's search. And I found it. That's cool. And then we're going to move through to right there. All right. That's me. Those are my 3 actions.
All right. I will do my my free sneak, and then my free move will be into here. I'm then going to alert and unequip this spell book because I don't have any white magic cubes. I'm going to equip my trickster stone, and I'm going to be a little bold here. I'm going to unequip my short bow, and I'm going to equip the scepter of the sorcerer. Yep. I'm also going to equip the wand of the magician.
Right.
So now I have 5 of the 7 different varieties of magic available to me, which is pretty awesome. I don't think I've ever actually had this happen before.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. This is like the thematic wizard for sure. Because he has all this stuff equipped and his special ability is learning spells, if he finds anything, he can pretty much learn it, right?
Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
Yep. I don't have anything else I want to do with the rest of my actions, so I'm just going to pass the rest of my turn.
All right. Let's roll the dice.
Monster's return is big.
Yeah, monsters return, so that triggers on any tile where there are no heroes. So these go back, and it also on any of these natives. You'll note that doesn't do anything to the natives that start on the map, but the other ones do. Okay, is there anybody else, or we take care of? I think we took care of them all.
Yep,
Um,
that's that.
monsters move to where we are, and then we look at the rest of the dice. So let's see, where are the dice? Did I roll them? Yeah, they're down here. Carrion.
Yep.
Um,
I don't believe either of us are affected.
nope. But that is pretty glorious in that this Titan. I'm gonna try to hide. Let's do that first. I didn't sneak, so any symbol means I'm unhidden. I am hidden.
It could be worse things than getting teleported away, honestly.
Are you gonna teleport?
Especially, your
So
combat is first, sir. So
yeah, that's which is good because I know what you're gonna do. Okay, so first things first, we're hidden. This soldier is going to take a pot shot from hiding at the Titan. Okay, so he's pretty slow, but he's got a chance of hitting him. Let's look to see if this Titan changes tactics, and he does, which is great. So this hits automatically because the one is faster than the maneuver speed is 0. It does 4 damage because he's unarmored, but I do have to roll the range die to adjust it because it's a ranged attack. And is that a minus? That's a -1. So
it
it's
sure is.
3 damage. So now the Titan is wounded. We roll the dice to see if I stay hidden. We don't, which this would be pretty funny. I could lose both my hirelings here. So we are all now unhidden. The Titan figured out where we are. Um, we roll the dice to determine who the Titan targets. 1, 2 is me. 3, 4 is the statue, and 5, 6 is the soldier. Thank God. That's the guy that I don't mind if I lose. Okay, so he's going after that the archer. And you'll notice that if he doesn't flip, that archer's dead. He's dead. Let's take a quick look here. 2 and 2. Okay, we're going to actually try and help him survive. So the soldier isn't going to attack this round in order to maneuver a little bit faster. We're both targeting the Titan. And I am going to, let's look at this. I only need to do 3 damage. So he's going to go on this side. And then for me, I only need to do 3 damage. So I'm just going to put those there. And I'm going to put 3 cubes here. I don't need to maneuver at all. Okay, so cool. Let's see if he flips. I think I'm either losing my soldier or the soldier's getting teleported away. Let's be clear. He does not flip. So we go in attack speed order. Oh, actually, I got him. So let's look at this. My attack speed is 3. 1, 2, 3. The Titan's attack speed is 3. So we go to length of attack. My attack length is 10. His is his hands. I hit him first with a damage of 3, and that's how much health the Titan has. 4 minus the 1 wound he took earlier. The Titan dies, and I saved my guy, believe it or not, and got 13. Did you give me the 13 already, Kirk?
I did not know.
Okay, so there we go. And I can't believe I got out of that unscathed, but there we go.
Yep. Price Knight, to your question, natives roll to change tactics only when they're acting as monsters. So if they're unhired, if you have them hired, you get to explicitly choose which tactics they have for each combat round.
Yeah,
I don't believe there's any sort of morale system.
that's correct. Okay.
All right. So my combat, I made my hide check. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a cheeky snipe because I haven't done that in a hot minute. Actually, no, I'm not because these things are fast, and if I get hit, I'm dead. So I am actually just gonna teleport away.
All right.
Yeah. So where am I going to go? Is the question. I think I'm going to teleport to the ancient hole.
Ancient hole. Right there. Yep.
And clearing 2, which is right outside. Perfect. Never punished. And let's see what we got here. A nice little item just waiting in the clearing for me.
All right.
And it's just going to go right in the backpack.
I want to look at something. What have I killed so far this game?
A decent amount. The dragons, giants, the titan.
Yep. Okay, cool.
All right,
Okay.
retreating. New turn. It's me first. So, first action, free sneak. Second action, free move. I go into the moorland. We have the Lost Battalion is here.
Nice.
Interesting. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to I have to kill everybody. So the Lost Battalion is a little different.
Yep.
If you're using the alternate side, you don't get to loot the site until you kill all of the Lost Battalion. And my game is not currently set up for murdering things, so that's not going to be what I'm going to do. So that was I haven't even done an action yet. So action 1 is going to move to the Moorland 2, 2, 3 to Moorland 5, and action 4 to the keep.
All right. Well, I got a dead giant, or titan. So we're gonna go 1, 2 to the chamber. I'm in the caves, so I don't get any bonus actions or anything. I know I only get 3 this turn. God, giant bats would just be bad news because I can't run away. I need to sneak, so I will sneak.
Okay.
You're rolling the dice. Yeah.
That is your personal die. We have Monsters Move and Screech.
I do get. Technically, that's roar if it matters.
Roar, roar. Yeah.
But I'm glad I snuck. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to hide, and I do hide. So the adult dragons are here, and I am going to try to snipe with my soldier on this side. So this is what I'm doing. Let's see if they change tactics. Oh, and yeah, and the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cast strength on myself at the same time. By the way, because at the end I have to roll to stay hidden anyway, so I might as well. Okay, so they don't change tactics, which means that I don't hit automatically. I have to roll. I have to roll 2 hit symbols. It doesn't matter. I guess I should have picked which one he's targeting. He's targeting this first one. I apologize for that. So 2 hit symbols to hit said dragon, and he doesn't do anything. So strength takes effect. So this goes to wounded. That technically even happened before the attack. And then I have to roll to stay hidden, which is any red, and I'm unhidden. So we are still hidden. Now I have a decision to make because if I shoot at it and I don't hit it, if I just shoot at it, then combat's over. We are going to emerge from hiding. So again, we're going to go through these dragons. 1, 2, target me. 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't want it to. Oh, I could die pretty easy though. That's okay. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. 1, 2 is me. So this one's going after the Templar. Please be a 5 or a 6. Please be a 5 or a 6. Please be a 5 or a 6. 5 or 6. That's awesome. Because I have strength, And I can play all my cubes in attack speed. Okay, so at this point, these guys are attacking each of the ones they're lined up against. They're going to they're going to attack each. They're going to attack the ones that are going against them. Technically, I could do things like attack sideways, but I don't want to do that. I'm going to target this dragon, and I am putting my cubes just like they are. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then the next time I hit, we'll do +1 damage, so 4 damage. And I don't have to maneuver, so I'm going to put 3 cubes into my attack speed. Let's see if they change tactics. Oh, this is where I could get bad, I guess, now that I think about it, because if they breathe fire, then I might be dead. Oop, sorry, that guy's on this side. They don't change tactics. And it's round 2 of combat, so we just go off of attack speed. My attack speed of 3 doesn't automatically hit, but it does go first. So I roll the dice to see if I hit. And I miss. Great. The next fastest attack is this guy, speed of 2. I need 2 hit symbols to hit the dragon because the attack speed is not. All right, he misses. Next attack speed, these 3 are tied, but this length of 32 is before the dragon's length of 0. Nothing printed on the counter in red means no attack length. So let's see if this guy hits. And he doesn't. This is going well.
Yep.
All right. This adult dragon needs to roll 2 hit symbols. This is where I'm going to roll the double hit symbols to hit the Templar.
That's how it works.
That is how it works. Okay, so 2 damage. It's not lessened by armor because there's no swords, but because 2 is less than 4, this guy takes 1 damage. And then this one needs, we'll just roll him and then we'll interpret. Look at that. So he does.
He's dead.
He does 2 damage, thereby killing this soldier. He's permanently out of the game, and I lose 6 fame. Thank you. You're pretty quick to go remove that for me. This could be the end of me.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's out. I'd like to say he served his purpose, but he didn't. So if there are any questions on that, throw it in the chat. We now are going to, we're back to the top of the round. Now we've reset the timer because somebody took a wound or something died. So 1, 2, 3 goes after me. 4, 5, 6 goes after the statue. 1, 2, 3 goes after me. This guy's, oops, we're auto saving. This guy goes after me. Okay, 4, 5, 6 goes after the Templar and also goes after me. Okay, so cool. I got 2 dragons coming after me. All right, he's going to aim at the first one. I'm not fast enough to run away. And what happens if they flip? A fireball at a speed of 2. So we're going to try to survive. I still don't have any armor. This is going very well. Okay, so I'm going to aim at the first one. So I'm aiming at this dragon right here. These guys are both coming after me, and this guy's going after that dragon. Let's see if they flip over. Either one. Neither one flips over. So an attack speed order. This is the first attack because it's an attack speed of 2. Let's see if the Templar hits. I need 2 hit symbols. Got him. This dragon dies. I'm just going to add into my little stash here. That gets me 12 fame. Thank you for doing that, sir. And then attack speed is 1 for me. Thank God I got rid of that curse. 1 for him. So my attack goes first. 2 hit symbols is what I need to hit him. I missed. So now this dragon targets me. Attack speed 1. My maneuver speed is 2. You see that? 2 cubes
2 hits
there?
and you're dead.
Right. And so, yeah, let's just roll it. 2 hit symbols is what I don't want to see here. So let's just process this. Yeah, amazing. Let's process this. 2 hit symbols, or 2 damage. I don't have any armor, so it hits me. If the amount of damage done equals the number of hearts, I die. So I die. This dragon kills me. Let's process through what happens. My hireling goes away, in this case, out of the game. If it's worth noting that if goes back to the monster tray. If this had been a hireling, so let's say that it was my soldier, that would have gone back to the monster tray and technically could have come back to the map again. But since it's a statue, it just goes away. I lose half my fame rounded down, 43, and then that gets converted into legend points. And so then this goes to on a 10-to-1 ratio. That goes away. This dragon goes back to the clearing where my carcass is. My token also goes to the clearing. Thank you, sir. And then
Yep.
all my, feels like I did this last time too. All my stuff is put in a pile and shuffled, put off to the edge of the map. I can grab those. Yeah, thank you, sir. That goes away, and then this goes on top. My carcass is now in that clearing. Somebody can come and search for it. I feel like I need to explain why I did what I did. I'm behind, and so I had this 2 giants. Once I get to the keep, I could get some fame and some other, like look at what I was going to get once I got to the keep. 2 legend points and 5 fame. But if you may recall, at the keep, and let's go there, at the keep, the knights are looking for somebody who has killed 2 monsters with higher fame value than 10. I needed to kill both those dragons because that would then give me fame value higher than 10. I hadn't killed any dragons, and the juvenile dragon value of 10 doesn't count. So put another way, if I had won that combat and then gone to the keep, I was going to get two legend points, 5 fame, plus I was going to get 2 legend points and 10 fame. That would have gotten me to, in essence, 6 more legend points, plus the roll of the mission dice for completing that mission and catch me up to Kirk. Instead, I get to be a dead dude on the side of the road, and I've lost the game. Now, technically, I could restart, but I think we're at a point where it probably doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we'd be coming into turn 22, so there'd be 8 turns remaining, and you'd have to make up essentially 20 LPs, assuming I don't die.
Right. So I was so excited. I was like, "This is great." I'm actually, I think here is where I was, right? Wasn't I, or was I at the chamber? I was at the chamber, maybe. Yeah, I was at the chamber.
I think you were at the chamber.
Yeah. So anyway, I was just thrilled about 2 dragons being there because now I had enough where I could run back to the knights and earn a whole bunch of points. 6 LP. I don't know where you were exactly, but so you still would have been ahead. I think you were doing very well. Anyway.
Yeah. So just to explain my thought process for the next turn, I was just going to go to check out the Mystic, see if they had anything. At this point, I'm on the hunt for spell scrolls and spell books. So let's just see what they had.
Yep, let's go look at what the Mystic had. That is on the new player board, which is up here.
So they actually had the Tome of Conjuring, which would have been nice. The Brogans of the Birds would have been amazing for me jet setting around.
And a free move action.
Tome of Conjuring.
So
the free move action.
Yeah, Brogan of the Birds allows you, one of your move actions can be a fly, and he has a bonus move action. So he would have been, that would have been stellar. Yeah, this all makes me sad. God, I feel like you did really well. Did really well.
My fortunes turned around as soon as I teleported to the Lonely Mountain, because that having both the Forgotten City and the Dwarven Ruins immediately jump started my game.
Yep.
Because you remember for like 6 turns, I was limping through the high pass and the narrow ridges, just slow
Yeah.
trudging.
And the truth being, I spent too much time in the barriers. There was some good stuff there, but I wasn't taking advantage of I visited 3 tiles in total. I wasn't taking
Yeah.
advantage of my special ability, which I probably should have. But even with that, I still had the opportunity to get to, because I would have been at, let me think here. If I had done what I was going to do, I would have been at um, another, let's call it 30 fame. So I would have been at 110 fame, and I would have been at 6 LPs. So I would have been within striking distance. Um,
Yep. For
you
sure.
having teleport was really good because that was your get out of jail free card. Because even if I had blocked you, your teleport would trigger before any of my attacks could, so you could always get away.
Yeah, and knowing that the disenchanter was so far away from you meant that I could enchant tiles with impunity. So
Yep,
that was really nice.
yep. Fun game. Any questions in the chat? Um,
So Price Knight has a few questions about missions. So on the faction missions cards, there's some with small boxes and some with large boxes. The small boxes can only be done once by any particular player. You'll just mark it with a pink cube when it's done, and no one can do that one again. The ones with a large box, any player can do.
right.
It can be done by multiple players.
So this one, he wasn't a monster fighter, so this one was going to be mine. But if we both, let's say he had been a berserk or a barbarian or a knight or something, and had killed a couple of monsters, first come first served, and there's a pretty big difference, right, in points that you can earn if you're the
Yep.
first one to do it.
And I actually was halfway there because of that snipe I had on the adult dragon. So that's why I was thinking of
Oh,
considering
interesting.
taking another snipe at the demon. Because if I was able to snipe the demon, I was going to go there and claim that title in a heartbeat.
Right.
I had more than enough treasure to sell to the merchant there to be able to afford it.
And as we were nearing the end of the game, I also would have been willing to give up that sword for another LP. There's, and it's probably worth pointing out, one thing that I've heard in the forums a little bit is some people have said, well, starting over as so let's say, you had died on, turn 7, you go, I'm 7 turns behind. There's no way I can win. Absolutely not true. Because in a sense, Kirk did nothing for 7 turns, or whatever it was as he's wandering in the wilderness. Um, but you can absolutely catch up and win in this game, right? And it's worth,
There
yeah,
was oh sorry,
yeah. Go no,
there was a
go for it.
game that there's a game that UI and Angel played a few months ago where I died on turn 6 or 7, and I came back to being within striking distance of first. I think took second.
Yeah. Well, and maybe one final thing to point out here is, let's say Kirk had died, right? Instead of me, let's say, he would have had 12 LPs plus another 4. So he would have been 16 LPs and 2 fame left because you divide fame in half. Um, you can still win the game. I still have to get more than him. You can win this game as a dead hero. So, and
Yep.
I've seen that. That happened. That's happened quite a bit, actually. So,
And also note that we only, I mean, Scott admits that he only went to 3 different tiles, but we essentially only went through this line of tiles, right?
right.
Yeah. So there's a ton of just complete, like everything from this side, on this side of the line, was untouched. Even this one was untouched. So
Right. Right. That's amazing. So playing, people have asked like how many terrain packs do you play with, and I like playing with them all, but I also recognize when I'm in Tabletop Simulator, especially because it just works, and it, if we were continuing to play, I would go, I'm going to come in over by the dark passes and see what I could find, right? So
mhm.
stellar game, well played, sir. You earned the
Yeah,
victory.
great game.
Um, I'll hop. I have about 20 minutes, so I'll hop over into Discord. If there are any questions that people have, post them in Discord or Board Game Geek, and we'll be sure to get to them. This recording will be available by tomorrow morning, and for the folks who join late. So, thanks everybody. Thanks for attending on your Saturday night, and have a great night.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for having me, Scott.
All right, take care. Bye.
You too. Bye.